In Part 3, we're going to talk about ways to seek external fellowships and ways to develop an excellent application. The best places to look for external fellowships: number one, fastweb.com. It has a number of different opportunities for you to input information that will match your interests to different types of fellowships that are available for you. You can also use a search engine, put in your field of study, and ask about fellowship opportunities. You can also speak to your public librarian, either on a university campus or within the city where you live. You can also search corporate websites. Websites like Walmart, Coca-Cola have excellent opportunities for employers. You can also look at the civic organization websites to see whether or not they have fellowship opportunities. And the federal government has numerous federal fellowships that are available for you. When you apply for external fellowships, number one, read and follow the instructions for all of the applications. Number two, apply before the deadline. Number three, prepare a draft and share it with your faculty. And if you've been out of school for a number of years, prepare a draft and share it with friends and students that are outside of your area of research. Why? If you can explain what you're talking to those outside of your field, then it means you have a clear and concise application. There are usually 5 components in most applications. First, there's a personal statement. This allows you to talk a little bit about yourself, but also why you developed an interest in a particular area of research. The second is the plan of study. What are your research interests? Where do you plan to go for graduate school? What professors do you plan to work with? The third is your research experience. What types of research projects have you worked on? What types of classes have you taken that have helped you gain research experience? The fifth are letters of recommendation, and this can come from either faculty or a combination of faculty and employers. Then the last is just general information. It usually includes standardized tests, such as the graduate record examination, and copies of your transcripts. I've been a reviewer for the National Science Foundation Fellowship Program, as well as the Ford Foundation Diversity Fellowship. And these are some of the things that I look for as a reviewer. Number one, can the student write like a scholar? Is their application clear, concise, and easy to read? Number two, does their study plan demonstrate knowledge in their field of study? Number three, do they present a realistic application that integrates the personal statement, plan of study, and the research experience? That is, does the personal statement clarify how they developed the research interests that they're presenting in their plan of study? Does their plan of study indicate which institutions, which faculty they plan to study under? And does their research experience explain to you that they truly have the research skills and experience that's going to be necessary to carry out this plan of study? When you develop your application, I want you to be specific about each component of the application, but also look at how each component builds off of the next. Personal statement should build into the plan of study. The plan of study should build into the research experience, and vice versa. Students also need strong letters of recommendation. You should always ask those that know you well to write your letter of recommendation. And it can be a mix of faculty and employees, or it can just be faculty. When you ask for a letter of recommendation, provide a copy of your draft application for that particular fellowship. Provide a copy of your transcripts. Provide copies of papers that you wrote in your classes, and even a resume. And then ask them, can you write me a strong letter of recommendation? In summary, start searching for external fellowships early. Most deadlines are in the fall semester. Show strong writing skills as part of the process. Please use spell checks. Be bold and ask faculty and community members about funding opportunities. And be bold when you ask your faculty about letters of recommendation. And sit down and talk to them and let them know what you're applying for. And remember to think outside the box. Remember, there are 15 sources of support mentioned in Part 1 of this presentation. I'm Dean Linda Lacey, Dean of the Graduate School at New Mexico State University, and thank you for listening to our presentation on how to finance graduate studies.